Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Shop Talk Live. My name is Rick Ramirez, also known as Rick's 2 Cents, along with my fellow co-host Steve from Steve Makes Everything.
Howdy, y'all.
And Roger from Roger's Shop.
Howdy from Illinois.
Looks like we got quite a few people on the live. Let's see here. Feeling a little better.
Well, from down under.
Down under?
Perth. Something happened in Perth this week. What was it? Something interesting. I forget what it was.
What's that?
I don't know. I forget.
I
thought I gotta remember it so I can talk to Chris about it. Chris, what happened in Perth this week?
That was good. I don't know. I forgot.
Well, I did. It's been a crazy week.
Tony said hello from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger, have you tried to wear that shirt under a black light?
It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't glow.
No?
It doesn't glow anymore under a black light than
I thought it might. I thought it'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I thought it might. Yeah. Thank you for everyone checking in, letting us know where you're calling from, where you're joining us from. Let us know if you have any questions.
David from South Milwaukee. He's obviously a Packers fan.
I'd say I'm calling from Canada, but we're not your favorite people right now. So, well, at least some people, anyway.
Man. ABT Marketing said hello, hello. Thank you for checking in.
Hopefully Tim Sands is on so he can keep us abreast of the World Series score.
James said hello from what is this? Ozark, Alabama?
Ozark, Alabama.
Oh, so it's hello from South Carolina? Is this a new name? I'm assuming not by the comments.
Could be. He didn't say good to see you all again. So
yeah,
must be new.
Let us know if this is the first time joining. I don't recognize the name. If it's not, I apologize. Yeah. What is it? How would you even say that?
Oh no, this is the next reason right here.
Yeah. You gotta get down a couple comments.
Stop clicking. I don't understand why my name is different tonight.
You must have more than one YouTube account and you accidentally switched when you joined.
Logged into a different one.
Yeah. His name should be Mark.
There you go. Bond. James Bond. Well, your cold is better tonight.
Chris, not a lot. Sound was missing after Windows update. Fixed now. Windows driver issues.
Gotta love Windows. Yeah. Oh, there's Tim. Tim's got a weird name tonight too. Maybe StreamYard is doing some fun things.
What is he sending?
I don't know. I have to go look.
Hello from Milwaukee.
They're from Queensland.
Oh, look at this. Scott said, I'm sitting at the airport in Minneapolis right now, waiting for my flight back to Cleveland, Ohio. Hey, guys. Thanks for dropping in and joining us while you're patiently waiting in the airport.
Do you have any air traffic controllers still working? They didn't get paid today, right?
You know what's crazy? You said that, Steve, because I got a little bit of a disagreement with one of my bosses because some of my work I may not be able to complete because I need FAA approval. And I'm like, the government shut down.
No one's holding
Why
the
didn't
stamp.
you plan for this? And I was like, look, you can only, when you apply for that, because we need to use a crane. And the permit's only good for 60 days. So you normally apply 30 days before the project, just in case the project runs late.
Yeah.
Well, the government's been shut down for like 32 days now. So we're like,
cutting it close.
What do you, what do you want us to do? Like, and even if the government opens back up, there's going to be a backlog.
Yeah, of course.
So we'll see. I'm in the ringer now because of it. Radui said, "What's the name changes? I haven't had this for quite a while."
Yeah, this must be StreamYard doing something weird.
Why, you see different names?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're different tonight.
These are their @ names in YouTube as opposed to their name, right?
Oh.
Everybody's messed up.
Guess.
So everybody looks new tonight.
I made mine the same, but you can have 2 different names. Yeah. Trade Skill Anonymous said, it would be great if StreamYard or whatever platform you're using would combine all the comments in one pool. So that's actually part of the reason why we read them, because if you're on Steve's, Rogers, or I's, remember they could be streaming from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. So it takes all of them from each one of us and puts it all together. So that's kind of why we read them. So to us, all your comments are together. But if you're in one of our social media accounts, you may not be able to see everyone else's comments all at once.
Now, Chris is saying YouTube still has the fixed names as for some channels. Hello from Portland, Oregon, the ordinary woodworker.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Oh, this is Zentenro. Hello from my garage. There you go.
There you go. Tim said something's wrong with YouTube and their naming.
Well, it could be YouTube or it could be StreamYard.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Chris said it's if the name starts with @ it's the channel not fixed yet. Oh. Here, Jim said here from Chicago.
Except he's got a different name tonight too.
Yeah. It's like a whole new group of people.
It's good to hear your crisis is hopefully past, Jim. Jim was having a rough week.
Says, why is my regular handle not working again?
Yeah, we have no idea why this is going on here tonight.
Yeah, it's everybody.
I would assume it's a YouTube thing.
I don't know. I blame Rick.
Scott. Why not? Why not? Hey. Scott said, only one delay on board right now. Looks like everything is still running as normal.
Yeah, Rick's a little delayed tonight.
I'm trying to get this.
He's talking about the airplanes, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the thinking is, just take off. What are the odds you're going to hit something?
Yeah. As Kevin says, evening, y'all just took off from LGA to O'Hare.
Coming home.
Yeah, handles are showing.
Yeah, pulling a handle name.
Radu is Radu, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. You can have 2 separate names. My name on my handle is Rick's 2 cents, so I don't have 2 different names. But at one point in time, I did have 2 separate names.
If it's pulling these off YouTube, it would normally pull your written name, not your handle.
Right, but you can make your written name, your handle the same.
You can.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I
nobody
made mine
does. Everybody uses some kind of a name, right?
Right. Said it might be StreamYard, not YouTube. Yeah. Not sure.
Could be either. Yeah. Could be when StreamYard is grabbing the username from YouTube.
Yeah, Daniel's saying if Batman were here, he'd be in trouble showing at Bruce Wayne 4646.
Yeah.
Saying have a safe flight.
How to design a question tonight? Well, you can form it any way you
Let us
want.
know.
We'll interpret it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrong, maybe, but we'll interpret it.
You know, I asked everyone. I said, "Hey, I got the PWN CNC wasn't supposed to show up till Wednesday. It showed up on Saturday. I guess UPS does like estimates when you create a label, but I guess I'm a lot closer to them than they anticipated. So I got it right away. So I was asking everyone, a new CNC on the market, and I don't think most people need an introduction who that company is. What is something that you really want to see that is not everyone's doing? Like, what do you really want to see? And at the end of the day, the feedback I got, and if anyone has any different feedback, was they don't really care about the unboxing, the setup, none of that. They want me to make projects and put it hard to work and see how it holds up. So let me know what your guys' opinion are. But that's been the majority.
They really just want to see if you can put it to work.
There you go. Yeah. So
the machine running is irrelevant. It's just you keep talking about it, but we've never actually seen you use it. So
yeah. I know. So I'm gonna be moving the dust collector so I can put the two CNCs next to each other, and then get it running. So this weekend I'll be up and running and I'll start. And then there was some people. Tell me what you guys think of this. On their website, they have a bunch of files, but they're 99 cents. And they're saying like, hey, if we spent thousands of dollars for a CNC, the least you can do is just give us the files for free. But to me, it's like, it's 99 cents.
You're talking about Onefinity?
No, about PWN CNC.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. You would think if they're going to charge you $1, it's really not worth much, right? So,
right. I think they're just charging you something, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of those project files I have that are 99 cents, and just make some of those. So if somebody was just starting off and they didn't want to create a file, they could just download that for 99 cents. You know. Scott said, thanks, Tony, getting around. Here from, what is that? Mallison?
Macillan?
This is how you know that someone's from day one. Happy Wednesday, everyone, because the happy hump day was a thing we used to say all the time when we first started Shop Talk Live. Yeah.
Well, Rick's channel is showing correctly.
Yeah, that's because my handle and my name are the same, and they don't have to be.
Yeah, but this has Chris's actual name here, right?
Right. Steve, do you have the Silver Fox as your handle?
No.
So is your name the same, or is it different?
I don't know. Jeez, you're asking me hard questions. Let me see. Got to find a browser that actually works here.
Well, mine would come up if it was using my YouTube handle. It would come up at Roger Shop.
Let me send a message, since it's not going to tell you my real name is George.
What the heck? Brad Dewey's telling dad jokes?
No, see, mine pops up my name, that my real channel name, as opposed to my handle.
Yeah, we got a dad joke right here. And the Lord said unto John, come forth and you will receive eternal life. So John came in fifth and won a toaster.
Oh,
dad
boy.
Joke.
Alrighty then.
Belated birthday wishes to Jim Hamilton.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Roger, you said you wanted to speak on something for before we went live. Do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I can. Longer has reached out to me. I am a big Longer proponent, and I have several Longer lasers. And I mean, it's a good product. Well, they come up with something new here now. It's called the Longer E-Print, and it's a UV printer. It's in alpha testing right now. It's not available to the public yet, or something, until they get through their alpha testing. And then they also have, let's see, talk a little bit more about it. It's got 2 print heads, 12 channels. It's 6 times faster. There's a lot of different features on it. It's got the ink for the, especially with the white, is self-maintaining. You don't need a separate cleaner for it. I've read up quite a bit about it. I just don't have all the details on it yet. Back to me. There we go. So that's something that's going to be up and coming here. And they'll be sending me one when it gets in the release beta.
Yeah, I think they're going to send one to all of us.
Yeah.
We all get the same mail from the same rep at Longer. So
Yeah.
I got it at like 3:45 in the morning. Obviously, because of the difference in time.
Well, yeah, it's over in China. That'd be towards the end of the workday.
Yeah, so I think they like it because I get up so early. So I reply like an hour later because I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, hey. Then they'll actually talk to you. But let's see, where were we at?
Well, it was something for me that I didn't catch what it was, though, before you.
I took it away so you can see what you're showing. Hold on. Oh, here you go. Found it.
Okay, well, I guess WM stands for William Thurlow. Need to thank Roger for some project inspiration by printing toilet paper roll animals for funny family Christmas gifts. Thanks. Yep, they are fun to make, and they are a neat little gimmick. Actually, I have part of one laying here on my desk. This one happens to be the moose. But you can do sheep and cows and pigs and horses and.
You know what's funny, Rogers? I've never seen that ever in my life until you showed me, right? Lo and behold, after I get on Facebook and I'm looking around, guess what's popping up on the right-hand sides?
Yeah, and they sell very well.
But they're inappropriate ones, adult type.
Well, yeah, you could do that too, but
yeah, I saw those and I was like, oh, I get it. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know if that would go for me since the basis of my customers is probably religious.
Kevin Rich, 4637, saying back to Tennessee tomorrow, asking me if I've done any 3D laser engraving on slate. Not the embossing where the picture is actually 3D. No. Everything is like 2D engraving.
Yeah, I assume this is like a relief.
Yeah, I don't like engraving slate that deep. It always looks funny.
Yeah, I've done some of this. I did it with the Titan though, which zips through slate in no time at all. Yeah, I don't find it looks funny. It's got
the diode laser though. You'll end up getting gold colors and colors you don't really want.
Yeah, but that's surface engraving. You won't do deep 3D stuff with a diode laser. Maybe that 120 watt job, but.
Huh. Well, here's a question for you, Rick.
Yes, plenty of times. We're linemen. What do you think you got to poop when you're working?
Yeah.
Plenty of times. More times than I'd like to count.
I don't know if that's a spam message or not.
Furlow saying it printed 9 different TP animals so far, 11 more to go, and there's a lot of them out there. You get on Thingiverse, you can find a whole bunch of them. Okay, let me ask. This is from Ruzid14. Apparently, Anycubic is releasing a new 3D K1S Max. Only seems to be available in the UK for now. Large format like the 350 by 350 print surface.
A K1S Max? You sure it's not Creality?
So I have the Anycubic Max Pro, which has I think the surface on that's 350 by 350.
Tend to Google it. Not sure.
A K1S Max is a Creality printer. Scott says, I agree. I'm all honesty. I don't call it all about unboxing kids. Yeah, I don't do unboxings either. You still get the odd vendor who says, "Oh, can you do an unboxing?" No, is the answer.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, I'll take the stuff out of the box and show you what was in the box.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
that.
now we get to put it together.
But
So to me, something very expensive. Would it be worthwhile seeing how they package it? Are you going to receive it one piece? Cool. Do half the people probably just skip right through it? Maybe. But if you were going to purchase something from halfway across the world, it might be worthwhile to see, like, did they do
yeah,
a well
but
package?
in general, I think it's enough to say, look, this thing is packed really well, so you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, I
damage,
hear
right?
you, but you know, people do ask, and manufacturers ask as well. Yeah,
Well,
but
if
duly noted.
I mean, anytime I see something exceptional in packaging, I call it out. But that's not very often because at the end of the day, it's a bunch of foam in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
For the most part.
What do we say? TTC 1940. Okay, black
Yep.
business card. Want white circle in the middle with my initials on the middle of the circle, but they are the black of the metal card.
If you have a fiber laser, that's no problem at all.
Well, you're not going to get a white circle. You'll get whatever the color of the metal is, which is probably, I don't know. It might be stainless steel. It might be aluminum, depending on the card. But
yeah, and you can. We always say, run Lightburn test. Run Lightburn test. You can.
yeah, but
do that.
but this is like a black business card is really just painted usually, or you can get the ones I use are black anodized, so they're a little fancier. But at the end of the day, once you scrape through that surface, it's whatever the color of the metal is underneath is what you're going to get.
The only thing I don't like about them is I think they look so awesome, but like they're not practical, right? Because they scratch. Because they're high gloss.
See, the ones I use are more satin. They're not.
Oh, okay.
Because it's anodized, right? It's not painted. You can get low gloss painted cards too, but
yeah, the high gloss, it just seems like, I mean, you couldn't keep them in your wallet for sure, right? Or keep them in a card holder because they're going to rub each other and they're going to get scratched.
Yeah, I mean, I carry one or two usually, but not the high gloss ones.
Yeah.
Scott saying that was bad autocorrect.
There's my test. Yeah, that was bad autocorrect. All right.
Rick, your voice and video are not in sync like the old karate moves in the 80s. I kept trying to get this Adobe to stop doing these updates in the background of my computer, and it keeps starting it up again. I can hear my fan kicking away. Might just have to.
You can stop all those services.
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. It's doing 11 updates. Come on, man, stop.
All right, where are we? Robert says hello.
Okay, so we're just saying Roger and Rick's channel show names like normal. Steve's channel shows handles with the @ sign.
Except it didn't show mine with an @ sign. So I don't know. It's YouTube doing something crazy. Yeah. The longer UV printer is going to Kickstarter for sure. They're getting a very long jump on getting it out to Kohl's. Key, what are Kohl's? Key opinion leaders or something. Influencers, or YouTubers is the real name. But yeah, it's going to Kickstarter probably. I think, did they tell me when? It's going to be soon anyway. But yeah.
All Jenny told me this morning when I was talking with her was it was going to be going to Kickstarter soon.
Yeah, that's all she said to me too.
Thomas said he wants one too.
Yeah, so the advantage to those, so compared to the E1 will print up to 5 millimeters thick, thick of ink, that is. So you can, you can do 3D relief type stuff, but this ePrint, they say in their ads 60 millimeters, which is,
and it's a wider base too. Well, it looks like at least wider base than you.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it's probably the same size. I mean, I don't know. Like they say 12 inks. I don't know if that's 6 per head or whether it's 12 different colors of ink. I don't know why you'd need 12 different colors, but
and it's also going to have it'll have a rotary option to put in it. It switches self-leveling. It's got a camera to kind of keep an eye on things, a laser to mark everything out. And
it's definitely out to compete with the E1. I mean, that's a wide open market, right? So
yep.
You're going to see lots of these things now.
Sanders Laser Engraving said, you want to take some, Roger? Actually, it's 3D printer.
So how is everyone? Just said I'm going to get a Bamboo P1S printer with the AMS. Other than filament, what other accessories, parts to start with? Make sure you get a spare hot end and some spare nozzles, because if you don't have them, you'll need them. If you've got them, you won't need them.
Roger, do you want to explain what a hot end is?
That is the. Could go grab one here.
It's not when it burns when you pee, right?
No, it's
that never goes away for Roger, so there's no sense.
Yeah.
There's a couple little things you can get.
Doesn't it come with an extra hot end?
It does come with one, or at least mine did when I got them.
Because the H2D comes with one.
So that's the 0.4s. I've got 0.4s here. Of course, I'm in the Gridfinity rabbit hole. So I've got, there's 3 more in there. There's 2 here, another one there. And then you get there's spare blades.
You got to raise it a little higher because the comment's over your hands. There you go.
Spare blades, which are for the filament cutter. You'll get a few with the printer, but it's always good to get a few more. And then there's the extra little wiper roller thing. So you'll get a couple with it, but it's always good to have a few more.
So what should you order as a spare that's a consumable that you definitely will need?
If you check to see what accessories are going to actually come with it, because I don't remember exactly now. But yeah, it's always good to have spare hot ends and the spare silicone boots. These do wear out. A little silicone boot that goes over the end of the hot end. So these, and they're cheap, but
yeah. See, mine came with extras for all of those. Like extra. Actually, I think I got two hot ends. I got a 0.4, an extra 0.4 because that's what's in the printer, and a 0.6, I think.
Yeah, Tony's asking me if I remembered the round to it to bring down, and I did not. I have some up in the loft, but I didn't bring any of them down here to the studio. I've been just buried with work here this week, so
seems to be going around.
Marty said, has anyone tried making a Onefinity project? If so, what film worked best?
Look in the video that I did, Medra, and I have a link for the film that I used down in the description. It worked well.
Yeah, Ryder's also said, well, Rick's having a problem with his feed tonight. Where
I think he's better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're better now. Thank you, Mr. Adobe.
Yeah.
Well, Jim's asking, what do you think of the longer Eufy May clone? Well, that's kind of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a clone. I would call it
a new innovation.
It's an evolutionary step forward. It's not revolutionary. I don't know. They took more aspects of DTF printers, like the extra like 12 inkwells instead of 4 or 6, I guess, in a Eufy Make. And it's got a bigger footprint. It's got 2 heads, so you can I don't know whether that means you can print two things at the same time faster, or one thing faster without the head somehow colliding. I don't know, but
Wasn't the old saying that two heads are better than one? I heard that somewhere.
If you're into that, I'm not. I don't like sharing.
yeah.
My whole thing is that they definitely were the first to the market for that. So anyone who comes after the fact is going to get coined that, right? Like a copycat, so to speak.
I think,
and
I think there's a bigger message here, and this gets back to a video I did that seemed more controversial than I thought it was going to be, about the diode laser business kind of dwindling, the vendors falling out of the market. So Longer is adopting the next thing they see, which is UV printers. Longer, just so people may or may not know, we used to be a 3D printer company, and then lasers came along, and I don't even know if they sell a 3D printer anymore.
Oh yeah, they still have their 3D printers.
I guess they have the LM5 or something,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big beast. I used to have one. I sold it and replaced it with that Anycubic Max. So it had an even bigger work surface on it.
So yeah, so they clearly still have one of those, but then they made a whole bunch of different lasers. Now they're kind of looking at the next thing, because that laser pool is starting to fill up pretty quick. So
yeah, but they still produce a very, very good quality laser.
Oh yeah. And I think ultimately they'll be one of the survivors in the space.
No, I agree on that as well.
But it's just, they sales have to be dropping on these things, and they're now looking for different stuff, right? Like Eufy used to sell. Well, I guess they still do sell a 3D printer as well, but I think they got to the market a little later than most, and it was probably a little too late for them to get any kind of real traction.
Chris said I did Slate 3D just to see with the 30-watt fiber. Blew right through on the first attempt.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah. You're doing lots of power, and you're not necessarily going all that quickly. So
I tried it, and if you go too hot, too fast, it creates like a like you're blowing glass.
Well, yeah, you're liquefying the slate. Like
what's that?
You're melting the slate.
Yes. It creates it'll actually raise the letters off of it, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you get this with stone too, when you're engraving stone, where you engrave something you think is going to be like into the rock, and it's actually raised. It's kind of a cool effect.
Yeah,
it looks like it's like acrylic paint filled or something.
Yeah. Chris said, I just want to see how it's packaged, not full unboxed. See, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's why I said some people will see it and they'll just skip through the rest. I don't think you're going to please everyone on that one.
Daniel Thomas is saying the Cobra S1 Max from Anycubic was leaked and not available yet.
Yes, S1 Max. I don't know how much of a leak it was, but because it's been pretty widely known for a while that they have an S1 Max coming.
Rick Radui said, actually, Rick's video and audio off on all channels.
Well, you're still a little off, not as bad as you were before. But
yeah. It's my computer. Even though I keep telling Adobe to stop, it keeps kicking it on.
Yeah, so Chris says with a fiber laser, you can get white without going through the anodizing. Yeah, you can. You have to be gentle. I tend not to be. Everything I do is kind of full force. But
there's Gordon Rock saying good evening, everyone.
Hey, Gordon.
Oh, I'm blaming Steve here for this now. Maybe it's not YouTube.
I changed nothing in my settings. My settings have been unchanged for 4 years.
So I'm assuming this is definitely someone who watched our channel, but All the Best Market LLC is not their normal name we see.
Yeah. This is ABM, whatever he's called.
Oh, ABT marketing.
ABT.
Yeah.
ABT, ABM marketing.
Okay.
So hopefully I'm not divulging too many secrets coming off my channel.
So let's try it again. Font, face, circle on glass. My initials in the middle. No frost, just a clear glass.
Let's try to
That's what kind of laser?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you doing UV?
well, it could be either his UV laser or
What?
he's also got a Galvo CO2 laser. Could be CO2 as well.
Radui said longer said shipping target 2026, maybe January. How long will it take to get the Nano Dual to us? I expect maybe June.
Yeah, they've taken a long time to get that thing out.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Nano way before it ever shipped.
Yeah, me too. Like, it's crazy how long it's taken.
You know, they actually said they were going to be coming out with a UV laser too. I don't know what ever happened with that.
Yeah, well, that's what Rado's mentioning here. The longer UV.
Yeah. So I don't know. They said
Well,
they were
actually,
going
he
to
might be talking about the Duo.
We'll see.
But the Duo's IR and blue. It's not, or is it UV? No, it's not UV.
It's diode and IR.
Tim, this is the question. This is why Tim sent me a message. Tim's engraving a coin. Tim says, on the coin we were discussing the other day, I think I have all the settings except one. Is the scan angle or the angle increment that changes direction? So you can start with a scan angle of some value, and then the increment is the amount it rotates the scan whenever you are whenever it goes to the next layer. So in your case, in your screenshot that you sent, if I can bring it up here again,
I think you were going by 17, right, Steve?
Yeah, you pick a nice prime number.
I was going by 5.
Yes,
Steve was going by 17.
17 is a nice number just because it gives you a reasonable rotation without, like, the reason 5 is bad is if you don't end up going a full circle because you don't have enough layers, right? So with 17, you're sure to get around on pretty much everything. So, and it, like I said, it's a good prime number. So you never get to a point where there's two laps around where you get the same angle. So set that angle increment to 17, and you should get the effect. This is something they changed in Lightburn. I think in the latest version of it, because they used to have two things, right? They had, or did they have two things? They just had one that was the rotation.
Now they have two.
Yeah, now they have two, which is the start angle and then the increment.
Yep.
So
I like it.
Yeah, it just took me a while to find it. That's all.
Yeah, the only thing is after they did that, I used to always set the amount of passes I did in the second screen when it pops up, and not in the first one where the layers one. And ever since they added that, if I put like continuous, stop at 52 passes, it doesn't work. But in the first one where the layer screen is, if I set it there, it works. So I just do it.
Yeah, there's one that's global and one is, I don't know. It's
so ever
funny.
Since that update, it works reverse now. It used to do it the other way, but whatever, it still works.
Yeah. So Rado's asking about the difference. He's asking first whether the ePrint will use commercial inks.
Yes, it will.
He's wondering if how cleaning is going to compare with the Eufy. I would say their cleaning is probably going to be very similar to the Eufy, or they're going to get clobbered because it doesn't get any easier than the Eufy for cleaning.
Yeah.
Did
they say, Roger, that they're going to use commercial inks? I didn't.
Yeah, they said you don't have to use Longer's inks. You can use any commercial ink. Of course, you're probably going to end up somebody trying to put inkjet ink in there, but
it'll inject it. It just won't harden.
No, it'd be kind of a mess.
And it'll be messy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Chris said, I'll wait till there's a few more UV printers and look at the machine quality, but cost to consumers will be a factor.
Yeah, well, definitely if they use commercial inks, the cost will come down.
Yeah.
But Eufy's talking about doing that too, I think.
But I understand why they're doing that, because the problem is that same thing with DTF printers. Like there's so many different inks. Like if that's gonna, like it's gonna make it work well or not, or it's gonna ruin the print.
And this is what Eufy said, right? We have no control over commercial inks. So you get somebody buying like $3 a gallon ink off of Amazon, it's going to be crap, right? And it's going to screw up the printhead.
Yep.
So I think even if they do support commercial inks, the rule will apply. Use the best ink you can afford, because going with the discount inks is going to get you into trouble.
Yep. Chris said accidental leaks on purpose are a common marketing plays. Yeah,
and I think that was the case here. Like even on the ePrint, when I first talked to them, I don't know, a month or so ago, they were like, well, we're coming out with this UV printer, don't tell anybody. And then 2 days later, I see an ad on Instagram for it. So with a click here to find out more. So Daniel says he expected the Xtool F2 price to be higher. Just don't tell them that. No, I think so. I did have a conversation with Xtool about pricing a while ago, and when they said, "Hey, we're coming out with this F2," their answer to the cost was, "It's going to be cheaper than everybody expects it to be."
What is it?
The F2.
Mm-hmm.
The F2, by all accounts, is a replacement for the F1, which is a tiny little portable printer. They're really pushing on the portability stuff. My video's out now. It's about it's more focused on, rather than here's all the wonderful specs on the F2. It's more about what you could use an F2 for, and one of those things is a pop-up factory, or just having one sitting on a table at a craft market, and somebody comes along and says, gee, I really like your thing, can you put my initials on it or my name or something? And you go, sure, and you put it in, and it's really fast. I did in that video, I did a simple keychain, and I mean it took 32 seconds to engrave the thing, and I probably could have pushed it faster than that. I probably could have done it in 15, maybe even less.
Wow. Is it a diode laser?
It's a 15-watt diode laser and a 5-watt IR laser.
Okay.
So things like black engraving on metal is way easier than most of the sort of entry-level Galvos that have IR modules. Like the F1 had a 2-watt. So it's substantially more powerful.
Yeah.
Tony says Eufy was Anchor Make M5. Yes, yeah. I think they still have the M5 3D printer. This is in reference to whether they still sell a 3D printer. I think they still have it, actually. There you go. ABT, ATB, not ABT.
All best marketing. Nice one. We guessed it. Is there a difference between a fiber laser and an IR laser? I see terms used interchangeable on websites.
You can do way more with a fiber than you can with an IR.
Yes.
Yeah, so they both run at 1064 nanometers. So by all accounts, they're both IR lasers. But where what they typically call an IR laser in the diode laser world is either a 2 and now 5-watt laser. Fiber lasers tend to start at 20, 30 watts, and they go up from there. So by comparison, my Titan fiber laser is 100 watts, which means I can cut metal with it.
Yeah. Difference in the hose and a pressure washer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Right? I mean, that's layman's way of saying it.
Yeah, you can use the jet mode on your little nozzle on the hose, or you can use a pressure washer.
Exactly.
One of them is going to hurt when it hits you.
Chris said, I would rather a company delay shipping than get a partially functional device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Eufy make situation right now. They were ready to ship thousands of these things, and they realized they had a problem with the pressure pump or something in the printer, so they held them all up, except for mine. I got one of the ones that weren't inspected, but they delayed shipping from I think it was going to start in September, and they delayed it to December, but now they've pulled it back to next month. So
Great Lakes Supply said, "What's up, old guys?"
I resemble that remark.
Yeah, I don't know if he's trying to insult us or compliment us.
He's definitely amongst our age, so I'll let it go.
Yeah, Tim says his E1 accessories arrive tomorrow. You can look at them. You can bring your accessories down to my place and print something if you want.
It's funny you said that, but no signs of the printer. It was kind of like the Onefinity, right? Takes 14 months to get, but they'll send you all kinds of stuff you can't use until the CNC shows up.
Yeah, until that one crucial part. Like they'll send the printer, the whole thing, but they won't send the power cord.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Here's your tool changer. What? Here's your spoil board. What? You know what's funny is that the PWN CNC, I haven't opened it yet because I was going to open, funny as you said it, Steve, an unboxing. But I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to open it. But they told me, like, hey, look, don't showcase like how it's packaged, because that's not how it's going to be packaged. That's just how mine was, because they just wanted to get it out.
That's pretty typical of the kind of units that YouTubers get, right? Like,
yeah.
I have a 10-watt UV laser from an upgrade from CommMarker, and it came in a good box. It was packed pretty well, but they've shipped me things in the past that are pretty dubious, and I know that's not what they're shipping to customers.
Right. Yeah, but they actually had only 3 boxes, and I was like,
only 3, man, you're getting ripped off.
I know. I was like, they must have forgot something. They even said what's funny is there's no official checklist yet, because I'm the first person to have one outside of them.
If the UPS guy doesn't complain about all the boxes in the back of his truck, then it's not a real CNC.
Yeah, no. I even asked him, hey, you mind if I record you, man? He's like, no, that's fine. That's what he
sign this release.
Yeah. He said, if you become famous, just remember me. That's all he said. I just said, one reason I like the live is because I learn a lot from all kinds of machines. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm trying to
And,
get them out there.
That's also why I encourage people all the time, and I don't seem like a spam filter, but to join our Facebook group. And it's because we encourage everyone to post. Matter of fact, a couple of people recently said on our Facebook group, hey, Rick, Roger, Steve, how come you guys are not approving our posts? So I just want to address it so everyone is aware. It's an open forum. We just try to keep it related to what the group is about.
There is an approval process there, though, right? Because every once in a while I'll log in, which isn't often enough, but I'll log in and there will be a post there that needs to be approved.
Right. So there's a new spam filter that Facebook kicked on. So we don't have it. So you have to get it. Your posts don't have to be approved, but for whatever reason, there's some new filter that's catching it. So we'd have to go check and then approve them, because I didn't. Roger posted on their Facebook group. His own post was said needed approval. Roger's the admin.
Yeah.
So if anyone's posting on the group and it says, hey, you need approval, and you're wondering if one of us are just like not gonna allow you to post, that's not the case at all. So if we didn't see it, I didn't get any notifications on it, just say something. We'll approve it. It's not a big deal. So share.
Oh, there you go. Click that next message. Bottom of the first, the Jays are up by 2.
So apparently my cousin's dad, he had season tickets for like a decade. And
Yeah.
the last 2 years ago, he let him go, and now he's like pissed. Yeah, they're in Canada. Chris said basically IR is a gantry module fiber is Galvo.
Well, IR is the wavelength, really, the frequency or wavelength of the laser. They just tend not to refer to fiber lasers as IR lasers because it's a known frequency, right? It's a known wavelength for fiber lasers.
The other thing is we always say is that like some people say like a 5 or a 10 watt laser you can't do anything with it, and a 5 or 10 watt laser diode I'm saying versus like a 45, a 60 or a 70 watt diode. It's the size of the beam, right? So you can do some real intricate detailed work, maybe not deep engraving or definitely not cutting, but I think that's the kind of same concept with the IR.
Yeah, well, ironically, when you see diode lasers that also have an IR module, it's a diode laser and an IR, but the irony is the IR module is also a diode, right? It's
hold on, say that one more time.
So the like in diode lasers, when you can pull out the blue diode and plug in the IR module, that IR module is a diode as well. It's just confusing marketing. Usually when I refer to diode lasers, I'll refer to them as a blue diode laser because I'll talk about diode IR as well. Fiber lasers, they work differently, but they come out with the same wavelength.
Dave's saying, Rick, will you have the right power configuration to run both CNCs at the same time? I think I will. And the 150 is definitely going to pull more power. And that's because it has a water-cooled spindle. And it has the PWN CNC spindle, but it is water-cooled. And
Do you know how to run a plug, or are you going to have to hire an electrician?
Oh, actually, I was just gonna buy some Modelos and make Roger come help me, but no, no, but yeah. I used to laugh. People I'd say I am not an inside wireman, right? I'm a pole monkey.
You probably know more about it than most people.
Yeah.
You know which wires not to touch.
There is a difference though between Roger and I. He's an inside wireman. I'm a pole monkey. I'm an outside wireman, right? So there's a difference. Not saying we both couldn't do each other's job, but we're going to be stronger at something than each other because that's something you do day in, day out, right? Is that agreed?
Yeah, after doing it for 42 years and still dabbling it every now and then.
Yeah. So I do have those power conditioners / UPSs, and I don't have the UPS for an actual UPS, like to continue to use it in the event of a power outage. I have it as a power conditioner to really take out the peaks and valleys of my power. So I have two separate ones.
Isn't it running 220?
No, 110.
Huh. But it's going to draw pretty close to 15 amps, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have both on two separate breakers, and I had to put my dust collection on something totally separate. I couldn't turn my CNC on with my dust collector.
Yeah, but your 1Finity spindle is 220, right?
No, my 1Finity is.
Oh, you got a 1.5 watt kilowatt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same one I have.
Yep.
Oh no, I have this weird configuration. It's like 110 volt, but it's 2 kilowatts or something. It's very close to popping the breaker every time you turn it on until it gets ramped up. Like I looked at the current on the thing and it's drawing like 13 and a half amps, 14 amps when it fires up, and it's like it's on a 15 amp circuit. So. But it's never popped the breaker. So
yeah, so it's funny enough is that dust collector is really what kind of put me over the top. I had to separate the two.
Yeah, my dust collector is 220.
Yeah. So and what do they say, Roger? It's the amp draw, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. And one of those spindles and all that, they just like you said, Steve, the initial amp draw is just when you turn it on, then it kind of levels out. But
it only lasts for about 4 seconds or 5 seconds, and then it starts to drop off again.
Yeah,
once it's up and running, it's drawing like, I don't know, maybe 3 amps.
Right. But the dust collector is pulling that the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Chris said Facebook spam filter was broken for a while. Oh, so what I did see
I
is
wouldn't
when I
limit that to
approved
just their filter, but
when I approved it, when it caught it as a spam, it says this is potential spam. I approved it. It said going forward, do you want to auto authorize this person? And I chose yes. It was like Santa's laser engraving. It was like 4 people that are regulars. I just said yes. So it should never ask us ever again for those posts. If you guys post anything.
So right here saying might pull the trigger on an A1. Comes with a stainless head. Some filaments say don't use stainless. Well, if you're going to use carbon fiber or one of the wood ones, you're going to want hardened steel. But otherwise, I've got stainless nozzles on all my printers.
Roger, I'm pretty sure I've asked you this question before, but when we say carbon fiber, so as soon as you say carbon fiber, my eyes automatically picture this black and gray pattern checker. It will not look like that, right?
No.
So carbon fiber is just going to look like matte black.
So the checkered pattern is like, because it's like fiberglass cloth, except it's carbon fiber cloth, and then they pour resin over top of it to make it. Yeah, but that's what's left, right? It's actually just the piece of cloth in clear resin.
Yeah.
It would be nice if you could 3D print like that. But.
And he's also asking if there's any filaments I wouldn't use with the A1 being open framing with a good exhaust outside. Well, you're an open frame one that's not enclosed. You're not going to be able to print ABS anyway on it. You have to have a heated chamber for that.
Yeah. What's the price? What's the price of an A1?
I don't know where they're at now.
Because the P2S, the new one, that thing is priced really well. Now, guaranteed, they're going after Snapmaker's U1. Like, they don't want Snapmaker to get any kind of traction in the market, I think.
No.
So it wouldn't surprise me if the P2S is some kind of lost leader for them. Because it's the same price for basically what amounts to an H2S with a smaller bed.
Daniel's saying a fiber moves light through a fiber optic cable. Yes.
Yes.
There's a lens,
but the laser in the back end is configured a bit differently than basically what amounts to an IR diode pointed out through a lens to the material, like it is on a.
And it's easier to tell with the fiber lasers that have the enclosure versus like the one that's behind me, directly behind me.
Yeah.
The one that's to my left that has this big box on the floor. You can open that up. It's like a desktop enclosure, right? That's easier to see all the jumpers and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, my Titan has a separate box for the power supply. It's not underneath the base. I kind of like that better, actually, because everything is kind of lower to your workbench. Yeah,
I agree. It doesn't have this big base, but I think that the all-in-ones kind of deals like this one, that's the Reyes. They're probably 30 watt and lower, right? Although I have seen some bigger ones that are all-in-one, but I think once you get 60 watts or higher, I think for the most part they're like that separate casing.
Yeah, well, the B6 is still built underneath the plate.
How many watts is it?
60.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But the Titan's 100, so.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Or 200. Well, by the time you get to 200, the thing would be 4 feet off the floor, right? So.
So let us know if you have any questions. Just keep aware that Roger is doing a giveaway at our 100th live, so that is coming up. What are we on? Our 90th, so 10 lives to go.
Yeah, Chris here is saying, glad everything is 240 volt here. Saves having extra circuits, knowing which to use for which equipment. So he's down under, so they're the same within Europe. It's mostly 200. Well, over there it's 220, and then it's 50 hertz, and then you get into a whole different adventure when you're trying to use U.S. equipment over in Europe, because I've been there, done that.
Yeah, so anything like a clock that requires 60 hertz.
Yeah.
When DTF printers first came out, they weren't made for us. So you had to have these adapters, and oh god,
Yeah,
like
just a power like a transformer, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and they're big,
Yep.
and they're not trustworthy, right? So you kind of
Yeah.
like playing that song. I'm gonna do some sketchy shit.
You don't
You
you
know?
don't really appreciate 240 volt and unless you have an electric car.
Yeah.
Because here it's like, oh, it's if you go to somebody's house and they got like 110 volt outlet sitting outside, and it's like, well, it's 110 volts at you're lucky if you can get 10 amps out of the thing. It's like, I'll be here till next Tuesday charging. So
How long does it take you to charge your car?
I don't know. It charges overnight whenever it needs to. Like, I have an actual charger, so it's 240 volt at 50 amps. So it'll charge the thing overnight for sure. I don't generally kill the battery down to zero very often. So yeah, the A1 is 279 and 379 with the combo with the AMS. No, it's not an AMS, right? You can't get an AMS with an A1.
Well, it's sort of an AMS. It's a multi-filament.
Yeah,
It's not like the enclosed AMS on the.
It's some kind of tree that hangs up on top of the printer, right?
Well, mine I've mounted
over.
on top of the printer, but otherwise you can put it on the desk or put it on the wall or on a shelf or.
Yeah. I mean, for a bed slinger, the thing prints really nicely.
Yeah.
Daniel Thomas said, y'all need to do some project videos where using multiple machines, 3D printer plus CNC plus example. That'd be cool. We say that all the time about the CNC / laser, but I haven't seen anyone do laser / 3D printer.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've done anything like this. Probably not. Which is ironic because it's the kind of stuff I do all the time, right?
Not combining the 3D printer with the
laser.
I've done some with CNC and laser before together.
But, yeah.
All my 3D printer stuff has just been separate.
I've done 3D printer and UV printer though. Because you can 3D print something and then UV print on top of that.
I seen another company come out of the woodwork is people starting to do reviews on is it's a UV printer for phone cases.
Yeah.
But that's all it does. But that's all it does.
That seems a little limiting.
I just thought it was like a mall kiosk type thing, right?
Well, if it's fast, then it's if it's a single purpose thing, but it takes like 20 seconds to print a phone case.
Right, specialty printer. Yeah.
Well, actually, with the E1, any of these entry level UV printers, you can, if you don't want, because this, like, my phone case is textured, right? Like you can feel the fish. But if you just want like a regular flat pattern, it'll print really quickly. Less than a minute, probably, or about a minute, I guess.
Tim said, I think that was HTV Ron. Rick? Yeah.
HTV Ront.
Yeah, I saw like 2 or 3 different people posting the videos. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool because how fast it did it. Just like you said, Steve, like at the end of the day, nobody has patience. They're not like, leave your phone here and come back. Like, no, you got to have that knee-jerk reaction.
It's a phone case, so you just have to come back and pick up the case. But
yeah, but you're walking away with a $2,000 phone that you're going to drop because you wanted a $16 case to be printed,
So Bobby's saying, very new to lasering, has a Retur LaserMaster 2. Oh, that's even older than mine. I've got a LaserMaster 3. S2. One thing I've learned, it is slow at engraving. 1400 speed is 70% power, but takes 7 hours. I guess it depends what you're doing. 11 by 11 by design. The LaserMaster 2 is a 10 watt.
Yeah.
So I would say, Bobby, that it's always better to start than not start at all. So you want to start within your means. But if you're actually starting to make some money, maybe not spend any money, just put it back in the machine, and you'd be surprised a little bit more of the power of how you'd be able to cut that down to a lot faster time.
I'm working on a new video, which is like the 5 stages of laser engraving, like getting a business up and running, and he's in the hobby level right now, where you go, hey, I wonder if this is interesting, and you make a few things, and
there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because somebody said last week, they mentioned a couple of machines they bought, and they said that they're at the level that if they didn't like it, they could throw it away and not feel bad about it.
Yeah. Well, I think Chris said that last week. I mean, if you bought if you have a Laser Master 2, you probably picked it up used somewhere, and get your sea legs with that and move up. And the good news for you is, if you want to go fast, your next laser is probably going to be a 30 or a 40 watt laser. Things will be a lot faster.
The other return makes a good machine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with your return lasers.
Yeah.
It's a good machine.
Yeah.
I still use my LM3 all the time.
The other thing is you're still using Lightburn, I assume. So that alone is just kind of a lesson learned, being able to learn the software, so that if you get a bigger, better laser, all it's going to do is make you faster. Right?
Yep. And the thing to understand is a 10 watt laser from an engraving perspective will generate higher resolution than a 40 watt laser will, typically.
Yeah, Chris says he tried to diode laser on some PLA and PET-G, not happy with the results. No, all you do is meld it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you really can't do that. If you want to engrave PLA or PET-G, you got to use a UV laser. It doesn't make heat. At least not enough heat.
I'm trying to think, like, what's something you'd practically make that you'd want to do that? I can't think of anything.
So if you're into Gridfinity stuff, a name on the front, right? Or actually, with the Gridfinity generator, you can put a label, a thing in the center here, and you could engrave on that.
Or if you wanted something on it, you can put it right in the design. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, that takes longer, though. That's the thing, right?
Tim said it's actually considered a phone case heat press.
Wow.
All right, Roger, you're up.
Okay, nozzles, 0.02, 0.04, etc. Do you have to match filament size, or does heating up the filament squeeze it through? You don't need to be sorry for a noob question. That's a good question, actually. The nozzle size is going to establish how well your product comes out in the end. So the smaller the nozzle, the more fine the resulting print will be, but it's also going to take longer. So the filament is going to be the same regardless. That doesn't make any difference. And heating it up does squeeze it through. So as you go into the smaller nozzles, you'll get a finer finish. And if you get into the larger nozzles, you can go really, really fast, but it'll look like crap. So I stick pretty much 0.04 is what I use almost all the time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, keep in mind that a 0.02 nozzle isn't going to be half as slow as a 0.02 or 0.4. 0.2 nozzle isn't going to be half as slow as a 0.4 nozzle. It'll be a quarter the speed.
Yeah, it's not linear. It's not linear. Bobby's saying actually,
well, it's quarter the volume, right? So it's going to take you a lot longer.
Bobby said it was actually a birthday present to me. So, Bobby, I hope you didn't take my comment as any sort of disrespect at all.
Yeah, well, you're in a good. This is a good time, right? Because you can play with things. You're going to learn a bunch of stuff. It's all fun because you got no pressure, and like you don't have a customer calling you every week going, "Hey, where's my stuff?" Right? Because they do that. So enjoy this point, and at some point, who knows? Maybe you turn it into something. Into
the one thing I will warn you though, and we tell everyone, is at some point in time we're going to tell you, welcome to the addiction. Because if you like it, you're hooked. I don't know anyone who has one laser.
Yeah, I certainly don't. I don't have enough workspace to put all the lasers I have. So
Yeah, and so he says, yes, I'm using Lightburn. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
So that's why I said so.
Oh.
Yep.
If you decide you want a CO2 laser, if you decide you want a bigger fiber laser, you want any kind of laser, you're going to be using that Lightburn or have capable of using it. So that's going to be great. You're just going to keep building on that skill set.
You'll learn the concepts of settings and what the difference between, power versus speed is, and it's a good time to learn.
Yeah. And if you can't get it, I'll give you Roger's number, and he prefers calls after 3 a.m.
Yeah, Daniel Thomas said, yeah, nozzle size corresponds to the horizontal resolution, while layer height corresponds to vertical resolution. And that is in any 3D print, and I don't have anything here I can really show that. Because I print mine with a pretty small layer height, so all mine are quite smooth. But if you get into your layer height gets too high and you get too big of a nozzle, you can see every single line.
Yeah. The advantage, though, if you're prototyping something like a 0.6 or 0.8 nozzle, you're getting it done really quickly. Right?
Yeah.
So unless you're trying to make it look like a hose that was literally wrapped or poop.
Yeah.
If you're going for an effect, maybe you want to use a big nozzle, but
use too big of a nozzle, it'll end up looking like that poop emoji you see all the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Yeah. So you might be able to make some funny things with it. Thanks for joining, Madre. Have a good one. Happy hump day.
Okay, Bobby's saying, no, not at all. It was new in the box. It's just slow. Didn't know something could be that slow. Well, it depends what you're doing, too. If you want to do something fast while you're learning, use cardboard. Whether you're engraving it or cutting it, just use cardboard. You can do all kinds of things really quick.
Yeah, so the other thing you might be doing, because lots of us, I think all of us start that way, is you assume more power is the way. You can use multiple passes instead.
Yeah.
So in this case, keep the same power, but do 2 passes and go faster. And it may take the same amount of time as what you're doing now, but you'll get a better result.
The other thing too is if he's doing photographs, photos take a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
If it's something that is just literally black and white and doesn't have much detail to it, convert it to an SVG and just do line engraver fills.
Yeah, and if you're trying to do engraving on wood, rather than using paint, use stain, because stains a lot thinner and it'll take the stain off a lot faster, a lot easier, and leave the raw wood for that effect.
Yeah. If you just want to scrape the color off instead of trying to engrave into the wood, that's one way to go faster, right? Is paint it or stain it and then engrave that off instead of trying to engrave into the wood.
So not only is Great Lakes addicted, but he's also a liar.
He says he's not addicted.
I know. That's what I said. Now he's addicted.
So your addiction is real when not only do you have a laser, you start a business to sell things to people who have lasers.
Yeah, it's definitely an addiction.
Yeah.
Oh, what's on sale this week? Tim is asking. From me or in the industry. I don't think I'm selling anything this week. Maybe an F2 in a couple of weeks, because I don't really need an F2. But it really should go to somebody who does craft markets.
Yeah. David said, I only have one laser so far.
Yep, so far.
Yeah, you're going to break down at some point and buy another one.
Yeah, Chris says not addicted. He has 6 lasers, 3 3D printers, and 2 CNCs. That's normal, isn't it?
Yeah, he can quit anytime.
Steve, my wife has still not heard my CNC in my house.
Wow. See, you're afraid, right? Because she hears it once and she'll say, "Get that thing out of my house."
It's because she works on the weekends, And that's pretty much when because I work from home twice a week, so I definitely couldn't use it when I was on taking calls or anything. So I mostly use it on the weekends or when she's gone.
You just need a really good noise canceling microphone. Highly directional.
I got one of those 3M heads, like looks like an astronaut over my head, taking calls. Yeah. You know, they just said Microsoft Teams is doing an update that while you're signed on Teams, it's going to report to your company your lat and long, because too many people are not actually home working. They're out doing things, pretending they're working. That's pretty crazy.
Wow. They'd never legally be able to do that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they're going to report to your boss when you're away from your desk.
Yeah.
So first of all, if your boss has time to figure all that out, they should fire your boss.
Yeah. I have a boss who was my boss 2 bosses ago, and he still thinks he's my boss. So that's crazy. Radui said, what would be a good idea for a few spools of Clack Orange when I ordered it? Since he retired now, he may be doing more 3D stuff.
There's a couple of good oranges that are very close to Clack's t-shirt color. Sunlu has one, and in Pet G, somebody has one that's basically the same as Clack's shirt.
Bamboo has one too.
Oh yes, Bamboo has one as
I'm
well.
looking up there.
A high vis orange.
Yeah. Actually,
Bamboo,
I think, has 2 different colors of orange. One is more wimpy, and then they have the brilliant Clack shirt orange. I don't think that's what it's called, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, so Daniel's saying top and bottom surfaces show more gaps with larger nozzles. Yes, they do. You get better layer adhesion. Also, it's good for parts that need to be strong. If I need something really strong, I'll use ABS.
ABT Marketing said, I have nothing yet. No CNC, no printer, no laser engraver, no UV printer, no DTR printer, no heat press or hat press, nothing. Well, luckily for you, we do giveaways. So we are going to be doing some giveaways soon. So let us know.
Yeah, might not even get into the tumbler market. Here's one of mine.
There you go. And there's nothing wrong with being a smart consumer and learning, especially when you're really undecided. And it can be very confusing because you can go down a rabbit hole, and that's why we always say find a niche, because it's just like what you can make is just like, oh. And when people find out you can make stuff on Facebook, people just start sending you a million things like, could you make this? Could you make that? Could you make this?
Well, I figured Clack might have been on here because I see there's a message coming up from him.
Yeah,
so.
he's listening.
Yeah.
Chris said quality cost, 5-watt speed is the price. Agreed. Not saying it's that low quality.
But you get awesome engraving with a 5-watt diode.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Very
I
precise.
started with the Tezer P5. Yeah, then the 20, and then the 35 watt. Yeah.
Bobby says my first big project said caution, beware of children. That was it. I painted it orange. And how many children do you have?
Speaking of signs for children, our neighbors put up a sign in the front yard that says "Slow children at play," because they have a lot of grandkids over there. And I stopped by, I asked them, I said, "Why did you put up a sign that says you have slow children at play?" No, it's not meant that way, is it?
Yes, punctuation is everything.
Yeah.
Bobby said, such great advice, guys. Thanks so much. That's what we're here for, man. Let us know.
Yeah, 0.04.
Yeah.
Tim says he did one craft market, never again made good profits, but the work was crazy. You may remember from last week, I mentioned I did a craft thing last weekend, and we did a little over $1,000 in 2 days.
Nice.
So it wasn't too bad. It's not something I do on a regular basis. I was requested to set this up.
Mismatched Menace. I like this name. I just got a laser last week. Creality Falcon 5-watt. Can't stop learning. There you go. Keep going. Keep going.
Yep. And just so you know, you're never going to stop learning.
Yeah.
Sometimes you learn what not to do.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming this message was directed to me. Chris said, "Be scared. Be very scared when she hears it."
Yeah. Well, I warned you.
Ricky and I got some headphones.
Yeah.
And they're noise canceling headphones, like they're battery powered.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're also Bluetooth. So if you're working all day in the shop, you're just not like hearing nothing. You can actually listen to music.
Well, this is what Clack does too, right? He's runs around with his working in the shop. Of course, sadly he's listening to us rather than, fancy music. But yeah, I do this. I use my I have some AirPods that I use. I also have big things too, but when you put them on, your whole head disappears, right? So it's just awful.
I wear the headphones most of the time, and I'm trying to remember the brand name of them, but they're Bluetooth, and
yeah,
they're great. So here, Trade Skillets Anonymous, do you think walnut would make a good whiskey smoker? Decorative wise, yes. Do not use walnut shavings to make the smoke, because walnut smoke is acrid. That's why people that have like smoked meat and barbecue and stuff, you don't smoke with walnut.
Yeah, find some hickory for that.
A hickory or a pecan or pecan, depending on where you're from.
Mesquite, if you can get that.
Cherry, apple, plum.
Apple's good.
Yep. Yeah, the kind you put on top of glass, a little bit of wood chips. Yeah, the walnut for the wood itself would be fine. It'd be very decorative, but just don't use walnut wood chips.
For the smoking portion.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general, you got to be careful with some hardwoods because they're actually toxic when they burn, right? So
Chris said Clack, patent, Clack orange. Clack has Clack, patent, Clack orange yet.
He could trademark it. He couldn't patent it because there's
Clack's
no innovation there.
Clack saying X-Tool done stole my color and Bamboo made name my color next. Well, they already got an orange that's really, really close to yours. I got a couple rolls of it up on the shelf.
Too funny.
Yeah. Hey, Clack, since you just did that, you've upgraded your Omni to the 10 watt. Did you get a sensor cable with yours? Because I didn't get a sensor cable, and I'm complaining to them about it because I don't have a red dot on the workspace to focus.
Bobby said, I have heat press, hat press, tumbler press, mug press, Cricut, embroidery machine, and now a laser. Nice.
Yeah, I got all of those except the embroidery machine. I didn't want to get into that.
Yeah, it seems awfully complex. Tim Sands here showed me a picture of the one he just bought, and it's got like 1 million spools on it, and it's like, how do you thread them all? Like,
I bought a Hytronics 360 hat press. That thing was just ridiculous expensive, but the thing is that when you start doing a lot of hats, the one thing you want to do is like rune and like make like an indent or a. So I like the 360 because you could flip the hat any way you want. Like you could flip it under it, on the side, front, back. Like it, the way they make it, you can put the hat underneath it. It's kind of wild.
A lot of the hat presses are really restrictive. How you can put the hat on there, and some of them are just literally a pain in the ass to use.
Yeah. So the 360, it's called the 360 for a reason because you could literally hang the hat underneath it. It's kind of wild. I have to show one of these days, but it's, man, anything Hytronics is like. Anytime I see a video and they see like two gray and blue heat presses in the background, I'll get a comment like, "Oh man, there's money right there," $2,000. When your heat press connects to your Wi-Fi, it's expensive, right? So, but if it's something you're going to start doing a lot of hats, it's definitely worth it because if you ruin a hat, that sucks, right? And at the end of the day, time is money. So when you're in and out, just banging them out quick, that makes so easy.
Well, like me, we do, probably over 1,000 tumblers a year. These stainless steel tumblers like this. Oop. And this was actually a mistake, but that was user error right there, having that white stripe. But one thing you don't want to do is ruin one of these because these are not cheap. So my tumbler press is made by Heat Press Nation and is literally top of the line.
Yeah.
As is my mug presses. We do a lot of ceramic coffee mugs too. Yep, 3 grandkids.
All right, you're up, Roger.
I have a 0.04 used 1.7 PLA. Was given a few rolls of 2.2 PLA. Any way I can use it, you're going to have to change your extruder.
Yeah.
So apparently, Clack's giving away his 5-watt laser for Christmas. We're starting rumors, people. Right, hashtag Clack giveaway in the comments below to enter his giveaway.
Yeah, the problem is you have a 5-watt laser head, but nothing to put it on. So
yeah,
ISO tunes. That's what I've got. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what mine are. Is ISO tunes.
Yeah.
Nice lime green. Hard to misplace them.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they offered them to me, I said, "Well, the only way I'll take it if you give me 2, because I gotta have one for my son, and if yours suck, I'm not gonna buy one just so we both have it. But if they're good, then you'll get a good review." Fair enough. They sent me 2.
So all the best marketing. Saying right, it's overwhelming at times, especially so many people saying bad and good things about so many different brands. Someone can say great things about Bamboo, and the next person can say negative. Well, the people I think you need to listen to for whatever brand are people that use it on a regular basis, not a hobbyist that hasn't figured it out and got their first CNC or whatever and says, "This is a piece of crap. I can't make anything out of it."
I would say that Amazon is so bad. Like, I must get 40, 50 emails a day. Just about anything that sells on Amazon. If I want it for free, I can get it.
Yeah.
Just leave a review. So the reviews on Amazon are so dishonest, right? And there could be legit, honest reviews, but what I'm saying is that people are being influenced in a way to just automatically leave feedback, right? And I've even been approached to leave bad feedback on someone, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty wrong. So the reason I'm saying that is because that I think the best way to actually get feedback is to watch someone who's doing reviews, or to go on a Facebook group, because you're not going to get one person's opinion. You're going to get a ton of person's opinion. And if someone's having a problem, more than likely someone also has that problem. But if it's a continuous problem, then it could be a problem with the product, right?
One thing I hate is when I get those emails and they say, "We're going to send you this for, free, and make a video of it and leave us a 5-star review on Amazon." That's a condition for it. I said, well, no, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trade Skill Anonymous.
It doesn't say you have to leave the 5-star review on their product, does it? Your competitor gets a 5-star review, though.
There you go. Trade Skill Anonymous says, "Forget about that. Great points. Just have a ton of small walnut cutoffs and try to use to find."
I think we're all in that boat. We've got all these little cutoffs you just don't want to throw away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw.
I have about four boxes, and they get progressively smaller. And when I get to the last box, I give them to my brother or friends to burn in their fireplace or something.
Oh, okay, Steve. So I don't feel bad now. I'm glad you actually made that comment, because I'm up to 3 boxes.
Yeah,
and
no, you gotta have, because you can always make something smaller, right? Like
I know.
By the time you're down to you're making walnut toothpicks, designer toothpicks.
So I'm literally moving things in my wood shop because I'm gonna make room for that second CNC, and I have like these black shower curtains up, right? And it's so it creates dust not to go on the rest side of my room. And if the camera shows that outside, you're not gonna see my laundry room on the outside, right? But I'm moving things. I'm putting the dust collector on the other side of that. And so my wife's like, "Why don't you just throw all this box in the burn pile?" I'm like, "Are you crazy? It's good wood." So
Okay,
this is
Freddie is saying Bamboo is having a Black Friday sale on now. Will prices drop again on actual Black Friday? Who knows? I would imagine they will. Then they'd have something with some kind of electronics Monday or something. Big
they
thing
have
here in December.
the thing after Christmas, right? Is
here you go, Steve.
Yeah, I haven't seen another cable. Well, I guess it depends. So my 5-watt laser module doesn't have a sensor plug on it, so that I don't have a sensor wire coming out of the laser. So I complained, and they sent me a video and said, "Oh, well, you don't have the sensor wire plugged in." It's like, well, I don't have one of those. So hopefully they send me one.
And he says the autofocus is being stubborn, but
Yeah.
Chris said initial cost may be scary,
that cable is missing.
But unit cost over life machine makes it very cheap.
That's true. You get a good quality machine that causes you no problems, no headaches.
Mm-hmm.
That's my big thing is if a machine works and it's reliable, I just use it. And I'll hype it up too. I mean, if it's a no problem machine, I'll hype it up. And if it's a piece of crap, I'll let you know, especially when it's made by Creality.
See, I don't have that problem with Creality. I mean, I don't like their support, but their machine's okay.
Steve and I don't dislike you.
I do. Having said that, I do like the Bamboo H2D, and I think we should. I like it. I mean, I paid for it. It wasn't like somebody said, "Oh, can you please review this thing and give me a 5-star review on Amazon?" I looked at a whole bunch of 3D printers, and that's the one I bought.
Yeah, well, all of my Bamboo printers were purchased. None of them were given to me.
We should email Creality and say, Steve and I would like to review your lasers. We're on live with Roger, so we'll be able to say.
Don't give him one. I've reviewed almost all of Creality's lasers already, so
that's too funny.
They keep bugging me about the A1, whatever it is, the Creality Falcon A something.
Chris said ABT, just remember, opinions are subjective and depends on how it's used.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as like YouTubers like us and Clack and everybody else, you know, I try not to do it. I think Clack is pretty honest about this too. But you review things, but then there are things you use in your shop, and you know, if you want a real opinion, ask a YouTuber what they actually use, as opposed to what they review.
Or watch one of the videos and see what's in the background. Because
I try not to include too much of that because, you know,
I know, but
vendors get cranky when they see a competitor's laser.
Yeah, I hear you, but you'll catch a glimpse every now and then, you know.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell people what's in my shop anyway, but
yeah, I've been saying Dollar Tree is my best friend right now. If I ruin something with the laser, I'm out $1.25. I learned so much.
Yep.
With this material and the Artura Laser Master 2, we'll cut the Dollar Tree wood. It's 1/8 inch plywood. Yeah. The only thing I found with it, I don't use the Dollar Tree wood anymore. I buy 4x8 sheets at Home Depot of the 1/8 inch. Is that the plywood batches from Dollar Tree vary so much from batch to batch. I mean, you almost have to do a test cut on every piece to find out how it's going to work. Because if you're running, let's say, 600 millimeters a minute and 100% power on one, and then it works just fine. You throw the next piece in, and it doesn't cut through. You're wondering what's going on here.
Yeah. The one thing too is that with the 5-watt or lower watt laser, you're not cutting through, so you're engraving. So you can do cutting boards because you're like etching it. So
and Dollar Tree has those for like $2 or $3 too.
Right. So right now, I said it last year and I'll say it again. All these Thanksgiving and Christmas, they have these really thick, nice, thick cutting boards, and they're like $11. And every year when that comes, I tell my wife to go to the store and buy them all. And if anyone gives her a hard time or tries to argue with her because she's buying a pallet of them, I just say, just hand them one. Because they're buying it for their house and we're buying to sell it, right? But that could be something really good. Or IKEA has some really nice keyboards, really nice cutting boards too that you can buy fairly cheap. And
Yeah,
flip
well, if they come from IKEA, don't you have to assemble them?
not a cutting board.
You always
I
have
would hope
extra
not.
wood at the
You'd have
end.
to re-glue. You have to glue up your own cutting board.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
There'll be extra pieces left in the box.
You know, who reads directions and doesn't have extra parts? Come on, that's part of building stuff.
Yeah, Jim Creator Suda saying cutoff addiction is my vice, and I am super guilty of that. I got tote boxes full of, I cut a bunch of, for example, today I was doing these snowflakes for a child care place for the kids to color. Well, I was pulling scraps out of my bins and using all the little corners and everything out of this 1/8-inch plywood. Probably wasn't the best use of my time, but I had to do something while I was standing there drinking beer. So
There you go.
yeah, if it's too small for earrings, it's time to dump the scrap.
Yeah, that's my acrylic pile.
The best marketing says my dad was a carpenter / trimmer. The garage at the house I grew up in was filled to the top with wood, so he kind of gets it.
Yeah.
If it's old wood, that's the kind to have.
Yeah. Bobby said, I get that too, but it won't cut it. I have to up to 8 passes.
Well, make sure your lens is clean.
The other thing is if you may not have air assist,
I was going to say.
Laser Master 2 doesn't come with air assist. That's an add-on you have to put on there. That'll make a world of difference in your cutting.
Yeah,
maybe a mod worth doing.
Yeah, if you've got an LM2, air assist is probably a worthy upgrade.
Yep.
Like there's a video on my channel. It's several years old, but I showed how to put air assist on a LM2.
Anyone know what this is?
Have I heard of
Daiso?
Daiso?
I don't know. I'm about to hear about it because I want to go look it up.
It's not the song from Beetlejuice.
Oh, Dale.
What do these guys do?
ABT Marketing said, by the way, I'll be going to Chicago, Illinois in June or July to clean the garage. We'll be selling tools. If Rick or Roger are interested, if we can meet at my house I grew up in. Let us know, man.
He just wants you to go and rake the leaves.
Well, if it's in June or July, there should be somebody.
Or he's got a sofa bed to move or something.
Grand piano or.
Well, I always say I work for pizza and beer.
Yeah, there's no sofa bed in the world that's going to make me work for pizza and beer.
Hey, so he said since my dad passed 4 years ago, I wanna share something that my dad was a carpenter too, and sometimes just like smell of certain woods, like just the cutting it, I could just like be, whoa, like
it takes you back.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I wonder if you have the same. Yeah, I kept having that problem when I was using the table saw at first. When I first got my first table saw, because the way it kind of kicks the smell in the air. Yeah, I was like, man, I really need to pay attention. I'm gonna cut my finger off. I'm getting a little emotional using this saw. But yeah. Japanese dollar store.
Yeah, as I've discovered. I don't read Japanese very well, but their site is smart enough to give me English back because it knows I'm not in the country.
I've seen
it's kind of like
Sam's Club if you want to open your own dollar store.
It's more. They got a lot of stuff like the kinds of things you'd pick up at IKEA.
So Reddy's asking stuff like laser hold down clamps, exhaust adapters, laser jigs, PLA basic good enough for those. Yeah. PET G's a little bit stronger for the hold down clamps. PLA tough. I don't use PLA tough, but I do use PLA Pro or PLA Plus, whichever you want to call it. Also PET G, HF.
Yeah, any of those. I mean, if it's for a CNC, it doesn't matter because you're probably going to run over it anyway with a tool bit at some point. So
that was the point I was going to make, Steve. I was almost saying that like you almost whatever's cheaper is better, right? Because if at the end of the day, what you're trying to save is your bit, not that, right? And it's cheaper to reprint that than break up $50, $60.
Although price wise, there's not a lot of difference between say PLA and PETG.
No, very little difference.
Even.
No, okay.
But you're going to run over them. That's what they're for, right? So, well, that's not what they're for, but that's what happens to them.
Yeah, well, that's the advantage of being able to print it yourself. That there's no heartburn if you broke it. You just print another one, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to Etsy or somewhere else to have to buy a new one. Bobby said, that's right there. That's what I want to make. Not sure what he meant.
Chris
said, I found out my big box store regrades wood on Rival and restricts grade to people to get consistency. It keeps me going back. Regrades wood.
Yeah, so it typically comes in like plywood, right? It comes in as good one side or something, and sometimes they'll regrade it. So
I know
it may get graded down even though it's still good, and they lower the price, right? They price it like construction grade or something.
Yeah, so I know like I buy a lot of wood from Home Depot. And I wasn't buying wood from the Home Depot in my town. I was driving to the town over just because my town, it was like the wood was so twisted. It was like, what is this about, right? They even had literally a leak in the roof, and then wood was molded. Like, why would you buy molded wood? You know what I mean? You're going to be sanding it off. That's going to, and you're breathing that in, or it's going to come back. No. And kind of find out the other Home Depot, the manager was ex-military. And he literally had the guys turning the wood and flipping the wood and restaging the wood and pulling out the twists. And I left feedback on Google saying how well it was, and maybe they should teach other Home Depots and mention the other Home Depot. And guess what? That manager thanked me. And I say that sarcastically.
Sent you a truckload of propellers.
Yeah. She knew who I was when I walked in there. She's like, hey.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah. Funny.
Oh, but Bobby's saying he watched me and subscribed to me when he first got his laser. That's how I found me tonight. Or the live stream. I said there's a few videos on there, and the Laser Master 2 was my second ever laser. So I was still a little bit of a newbie when I got it, but I literally had to make my own air assist for it. I 3D printed it and used an aquarium pump, and it all worked. But it's all in there in one of those videos on how I did it.
And Bobby, keep in mind these videos, first time you're joining our live, they're not scripted. We may have a topic or something we want to bring up or discuss, but these lives are literally live questions and answers. So if you ever have any questions, let us know. And don't feel like you're pulling us off topic if we're just going to go total different direction, because that's actually what this is about. One moment we're talking about YouTube, and
we don't have topics.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes, but not too often.
Right.
ABT says, oh no, Santa's laser engraving says the ABT is going to use you guys to help move. Yeah. He's going to use this to help move wood scraps. Well, you guys, I'm not going. Maybe he wants to have a big bonfire out in the back. Oh yes, Jays 3, Dodgers 1.
Oh,
it's gonna be bad. You guys lost hockey. Now you're gonna lose baseball.
Hey, look! If anyone beats Canada in hockey, like, they're damn good, all right? Because that's
Swedes, man.
That's your guys' thing.
Europe has a great hockey program now.
I don't know, like that's Canada's
Actually,
thing,
northern
right?
states, there's a lot of good American hockey players now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the snowflake going here, and I've got this thing I'm making for a daycare that they're going to have kids do projects with. These are laser cut angels, 1/8 inch plywood. And the other one is this is a two-piece, three-dimensional Christmas tree that the kids could color, and then they'll hang it on their Christmas tree at home. I got a big order for this stuff. I've been cutting these things all week.
Yeah, it's
Speaking
a
of bringing
good way to
things-
get rid of all those things that would eventually you'll get tired of looking at and throw out, right? So,
Yeah.
So speaking of bringing up topics that are completely off subject, I wanted to mention something with Halloween coming. And if you are in the States, it's a little crazy right now, right? So if you're reluctant to bring your kids out trick-or-treating because you don't want to get involved in the craziness that's going on right now, I would highly encourage you to bring your kids to a retirement home. Most retirement homes, they have Halloween and special events for kids. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people in those old folks' homes, I'm saying, or retirement homes, that don't get visitors. So they're very excited.
And they love seeing kids. Just love it.
So they're very excited that kids come. You could really change someone's. So if you want something to do with your kids that's safe and you want to have a good time, that may be something. Who knows? You may end up with a second grandpa or grandma. All the best marketing or ABT marketing. Yes, certain woods smell or do trigger emotionally, especially mahogany and cedar. His two favorite woods, cedar is the best smell. Yep.
yeah,
So,
I love the smell of cedar.
Yeah.
Oh, Bobby is saying he's a he, she. He is. It's not a he. It's a she. I may have made that mistake because I have a friend whose name is Bobby, and it's a man, and it's spelled that way. Oh, my bad.
Well done, Roger.
Roger, I'll give it to you that Bobby could be a woman or a man's name, and that could be embarrassing. But what's embarrassing is you talk to someone on the phone, you're like, I have a really bad habit. I'm like, because when my father, yes sir, no sir, yes sir, no sir. And you're speaking to them, you're like, yes sir. They're like, I'm a ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry. I take it you smoke 3 packs a day. So, Bobby, sorry. We didn't know.
You could use a generic term and just say dude.
Yeah, there you go. Here you go.
Bobby said, oh, I know. I watch a lot of lives all over the place. It's fine with me. So.
Cool. Sanders Laven Graves said, my dad loved mahogany as well, so I built his urn out of it when he passed away. That's awesome.
Nice. The confession is out. He doesn't want you to work. He just wants to sell you some tools.
ABT Market said, no, I just want to sell some tools, DeWalt, Milwaukee's, etc. Laughing out loud to Sanders Laser Engraving. If you're willing to help, I'm not going to turn them down.
See, you know he's got a sofa bin.
One of our actual subscribers reached out to me today, and he said, hey, just so you know, man, I used to be local 196. And I said to him, there's no such thing as used to be. Once a brother, always a brother. And he said, hey, man, thanks. But yeah, so we got some more brothers watching this, Roger.
Yeah, great.
Chris, no topics, just suggestions. Hits to talk about. There you go.
Yep.
Herb says, hey, everyone, great bunch here. People who come make that worthwhile.
No, another dad joke. Says, couldn't figure out why the baseball kept getting larger. Then it hit me.
Oh,
why did I visually see that?
Yeah. No, Bob, you
can stop skipping, man.
Oh, sorry.
Bobby says, yeah, I'm used to it. When I was little, they put me in the boys' ward at the hospital thinking I was a boy.
Well,
ouch.
I use mate, gender neutral. There you go. Well, so is dude anymore. That seems to be a, hey, dudes, or seems to apply to both sides.
yeah.
Say ellas, that's Spanish for it's a non-gender address.
Just call everyone Way, Roger. What's up, Way?
Well, if you're from like New York or Brooklyn, don't you say like "use guys"? It's always "use guys."
In New York or Brooklyn, they just say yo. So I say that still to this day. Like, yo, that's that's universal.
Well, Jam Creative Studio is laughing a lot. I've been called a he from the beginning. No drama for me either. I've been called worse. JM is Jody.
Oh, jeez. What a disaster. now we're gonna have to have some notes on the side here so we don't screw this up anymore.
Good thing we don't have an HR department.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the dude abides. I think the dad joke must have got today where he's got to find a way to get rid of Radu.
I don't know.
Yeah, the dad jokes are good to hear.
Yeah.
Santa's laser engraving says down here in the South we say y'all. It covers everybody. I think when you're going to cover everybody, you got to say all y'all.
Yeah, I was going to say I used to have a manager who was in Austin, and if it was y'all, she was talking to me. If it was all y'all, she was talking to my whole team.
That's hilarious.
Well, the best marketing. So I go on this stream every Tuesday. I'm always referred to as a she. I'm a he. I just let it go. They still don't know I'm a male.
Well, if you don't know, now you know. So we know.
That's
Tim said, no, we say, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
New York.
Yeah. You got to do the, yo, Adrian. Bobby said, thanks, guys. I needed this laugh. That's what we're here for. Happy Hump Day. You know, we say some people join the live for camaraderie, brotherhood, sisterhood, right? Just to de-stress, decompress, laugh, or knowledge, or just to kind of hang out or drink a couple beers with us.
I need to know the answer to this next question here. Is anyone else excited for Spaceballs 2?
I never saw Spaceballs 1, so
I did, and I wasn't excited for Spaceballs 1, so I think I'm going to pass on Spaceballs 2.
Yeah, that's in the plural, all y'all.
Yeah.
There you go. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah. Miss Smash says, yeah, it says y'all covers everybody down here. I guess it kind of depends what part of the South you're from and how that's used.
Yeah.
Good day, you.
I don't know. That's another sign, right? But I don't think that's saying hello.
Depends. That's a very regional symbol. He's just offended everybody in Italy, but
so half my family's Italian, so they're all right. Night, Tony. Thanks for joining the live.
Let's smash that. Jacksonville, Florida. Florida. Yeah, that's my brother-in-law lives down there. He lives outside of Ocala.
So I heard that in Florida, a lot of people's, as well as California, their houses they're just getting dropped. They're not insurable. I think that's nuts. How have you lived there your whole life, paid the company your whole life, and just one day they're like, "Hey, guess what? We've got too many claims. We drop you."
Or they realize your house is on the edge of a cliff.
Well,
that's what's happening in California, right? Like erosion is taking it's having an effect, and houses are getting closer and closer to shore.
Yeah, I saw a house for sale online. It said 17 inches a year that it's losing. It's like, why would you buy it? And people are writing on Facebook in the comments like it's non-insurable. Like, why would you buy it? You know?
Yeah. Well, you put it up on skids and pull it back 17 inches every year, you're okay. You need to keep buying sidewalk patio stones though to keep filling in.
Hey, look who's in the building. It's evening, y'all. What did I miss so far?
Well,
Everything.
We had a big conversation about Clack Orange, so you missed that.
Yeah.
Yep. Turns out he's suing you. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, what
Well, hold
about
on
the
a
phrase
second now. So this can be taken two ways.
Oh yeah.
So, go. You want to say it, Roger?
Yeah, what about the phrase "God bless you" in the South? The other one is "bless your little heart" or "bless your
There
heart."
it is. It's the next one.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so that's a nice way of telling you to your face, like, you know. Yeah.
So Steve says, "Yeah, you mean Halloween orange?"
Yeah, tell Clack that.
I think he's saying Clack looks a bit like a pumpkin. I don't know.
Oh man, Clack, your boys. Oh man.
Yeah, when you think you know somebody.
Too funny. Are you guys serving candy?
We're supposed to get the rest of Hurricane Melissa here tomorrow or Friday. So, I might throw candy that way so the kid half a block down the street can catch it. But
so I'm on storm duty this year, but I'm not on storm duty for the Chicagoland area. I'm on storm duty for out east. So if I technically wouldn't get called in, I would just get a call. So I'd have to call somebody else like to help with stuff. But I was like, what? But yeah, but I've been getting all the crazy notifications on that storm. It's crazy.
Well, I'm going to dress up like a scarecrow, and with the straw in the arms, a pair of bib overalls, a flannel shirt, and all that kind of stuff, and a big hat, and sit on the front porch with a bowl of candy on my lap. Then when the
For
kids
real?
come up, and I won't move, I'll be motionless. And when the kids come up, I'll move or something. I can scare the crap out of them. I have fun doing that. We don't get a lot of kids here because the houses are so far apart, but I like doing that for some reason.
That's cool. I've never gotten a trick-or-treater before because I own a decent amount of property and I don't have like neighbors, so to speak.
yeah, we don't typically get any either. It's about calories per mile, right? So my driveway is 125, 130 feet long. It's too far up the walk for a kid to get a piece of candy. They go, I don't know, a couple miles away. There's a trailer park there, and they go there because they only have to walk 10 feet between.
There you go.
Between rewards.
Our places are far apart here. I do have two close neighbors, but most of the people that live up in our neighborhood don't have kids anymore. And my front yard from the front porch to the streets are a good 100 feet.
Yeah.
So
it's too far to go for a few calories, right?
And it's uphill both ways.
Oh, nice one. It said Space Dogs won't beat the spring without John Candy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Bobby said,
well, Rick and I both do.
Yep. If you've ever been in a post office, you'll probably see Roger's picture.
It could be.
It's everywhere.
Also known as the Bandit.
So Santa's laser engraving. It'll be my first Santa this year. Mrs. Claus has a new dress. So we're going to sit in the yard and take pictures if they want. That's cool.
I can't believe this is your first Santa.
Yeah,
like,
honestly,
you're totally the part.
I thought it was like
just doing the Santa for Halloween just for the first time.
Yeah,
I thought it was something totally did.
You can go dressed up as Santa every year for Halloween.
The Tories say we get quite a few kids for Halloween when it does not snow. It hasn't snowed here too many times on Halloween.
That's what I don't miss about the middle part of the continent.
Yeah, well, our weather's definitely been warming though. We don't get snow too much in November at all anymore.
No, we don't. Here we don't. We haven't even had frost yet, which is crazy. But
we've had that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
I still have tomatoes in my garden.
I do said a lot of Halloween parties. I go dressed as what is this? Claudia Rains. Let me know if
Claude
you know the
Rains.
name. I do not.
I don't either.
No.
Have to Google it. Claudia Rains.
Just Claude, not Claudia. We've
Bob
already
said, I
messed
live
up
in southern
Bobby's.
Illinois, about 50 miles east of St. Louis. I live in Oswego, Illinois.
I am in the Quad Cities.
Hey, Longer's here.
Oh, what's going on? We were just talking about you.
Yeah, we
I
had
don't know if you
a little bit. I was hyping up the new printer, so
Yeah, talking about the e-print.
So we got your emails from the three of us. So we did mention it in the live, and we'll get some. We'll start hyping it up a bit for you guys. Thanks for jumping in the live.
Gonna have a video coming out on the new e-print pretty soon when I get a little pre-presentation thing put together.
Yep.
Very
cool.
Me too.
Let's see. Yep, that's a name from the past. I didn't even Google it yet. Did you guys Google it?
See, I'm only 20, so I probably haven't heard of this name.
So he's a famous actor of horror movies.
Oh, I don't watch horror movies.
No, my horror movie guy was Vincent Price. So,
and now you got 40 people on the call going, who?
So the first Invisible Man. Okay.
Oh, maybe I have seen him. I wouldn't call The Invisible Man a horror movie. Well, although
so Tim's this is actually addressed longer if you're still on here. That look at your deposit page right now. I think they're trying to look at for your Kickstarter.
There you go. There you go.
Otherwise, if you're looking for a reliable laser, the Ray 5 and the B1 are workhorses. I have several of them.
Yep.
As
Yeah,
does Rick.
Yeah, that's my go-to laser. That's my daily use, the B1.
He has a fiber laser now.
Yeah. Well, they do different things, different materials.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not going to laser engrave wood on my fiber laser, for sure.
The demo I always do in my shop is, especially with the Titan now, is you take, some piece of brass and you just cut a hole through the thing, and then you lay down a piece of typing paper and you doesn't touch it, and people are like, "Oh, what's wrong with this?" It's like it's all about wavelengths, pulse durations.
The three amigos.
Yeah.
We're ready to receive the packages, and we could start really promoting.
We've had Longer on the channel before.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, well, we did a whole feature thing with the Nano when it first came out.
Yep. That's cool. Very cool. Looks like, guys, we're at time. So I just want to say thank you for everyone joining the live. And look, Longer, your laser's right here. How you like that?
Wow, I just realized Longer Official has got to be in China. It's probably 10:30 in the morning there. So
yeah, there you go, Longer. There's your laser right there. How you like that one?
Yeah.
But thank you for everyone for joining the live. See you on the next one. And Roger, Steve, you want to say anything to close up?
I will sympathize or support Tim here in saying go Jays go. Other than that, take care, everyone.
See you guys on the next one.
Okay. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.